Hi, I'm John Byrne with Poets and Quants.
Hello there, I'm Sandy Kreisberg, the HBSGuru and the future fortune teller reader about your chances at exclusive schools, including this candidate, which John will tell you about.
She's a 28-year-old white female, has 2 degrees, a master's from Emory in public health and an undergraduate degree from Johns Hopkins University, where she was a pre-med major.
Yeah, that's important. And tell us what she said about that.
It's important because the GPA is on the low side for an elite business school. It's 3.18. However, there is, according to her, grade deflation at Johns Hopkins. And she should certainly let AdComs know about that, right?
Oh, she should explain that. Yeah, what she has to do is get what her class standing is, and even that could be. You see, you go to Johns Hopkins for pre-med. I think what she's saying is their job is to just filter people out. Okay, so one of the ways they filter out future doctors is they make you take, those famous courses like organic chemistry, and then that's graded on a curve. Okay, so if you're in Johns Hopkins, it's pretty hard to be in the top. They may give an A to the top 10% of the people, all of whom are pretty serious pre-meds, okay? So it's not like half of the class are slackers.
Right. On the other hand, she has a 3.8 in her master's studies in public health at Emory, and she has, importantly...
That's the exact opposite. That's graded on the other side of the curve.
That's true. But more importantly, it's a 740 GMAT, which is a really good GMAT.
It does a lot of talking. Yeah,
it does.
Right. Yeah. So, she should explain her way out of the 3.18. She should try and get her class standing and just explain the Hopkins mentality.
She has 5 years of work experience, and it all lines up pretty perfectly.
She's a tight case. That's what she's got going.
Really good lining up. 1 year healthcare financial consulting with a small private firm, but then 4 years with a Fortune 100 hospital management company.
Okay, tell the folks out there what a hospital management company is.
Well,
you tell them what you think it is, and tell them what I told you they do. Okay.
They help run hospital systems more efficiently. That's
what
they do.
Which means, how soon can we get this sucker out of here? That's what they do. Okay.
Now, in those times, in the 4 years, she's had a really interesting variety of jobs. A year and a half in analytics.
You ever hear this from a doctor? We don't like interesting cases. You know what that means?
Yes, it means we want our rates of recovery on everything from surgery to diagnosis to be extremely high, so we get very favorable ratings. We don't take the risky cases because that means our ratings could go down.
Yeah, consultants can operate that way too. And we don't like things that are complex because they take a lot of time and we don't know what the answer is. So
you can tell that healthcare is a hot button here.
Take your complex set of symptoms over to a teaching hospital, and they'll invest in you and write an article about you. You better hope you're sick enough to be interesting to a medical journal, because you got the people who are sick enough to be written up in the medical journals, and then you got the middle of interesting cases, and those people, just don't get treated. They fall between 2 stools. And then if you're not interesting, meaning, you're going in with pneumonia, and they go, this is good. We'll give them, penicillin for a couple of days, and they'll get better, and everyone will be happy.
Okay, her jobs have been really interesting jobs. So she spent a year and a half in analytics and strategic pricing.
Okay, that's
2.5 years.
Strategic pricing.
2.5 years.
What do you think? No, I'm not just ragging. This is important.
She's negotiating with insurers to make sure they pay rates that make the hospital profitable. That's what I'm assuming she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. 2.5 years in contract negotiation, which is probably an extension of that. And she's been promoted from analyst to manager to director over 4 years. She's currently the company's youngest director, and this is of a Fortune 100 company. And she also currently manages
what do you
accounts.
What do you think she means by director? She doesn't mean board of directors.
No.
Director within
title.
her thing.
Yeah. And she currently manages accounts totaling over $1 billion.
Wow.
Now, here's a good thing. How all this lines up with her goals. She wants to work for one of the big 3 consulting firms, and she wants to leverage her healthcare experience.
That's good.
Here's the line: developing new strategies around accountable care models and health insurance reimbursement for new and growing healthcare companies.
Yeah. What did I tell you was wrong with that?
Well, you have a personal bias about this healthcare thing. And,
I don't have any
squeezing
bias.
people.
Friend, I don't have any bias. My only bias is to help people get into Harvard, Stanford, and Wharton. That's my bias.
I think that's a convincing goal, don't you?
No.
Why?
She's drunk to bad Kool-Aid. What she's been in this game so long that she thinks business schools want hospitals to be more efficient in the bad way. Okay? What business schools care about is healthcare access. You understand?
Well, that's a liberal notion, isn't it?
And
it's
why?
It's an AdCom notion.
You see what he said? He thought he was saying it's a liberal notion, so I'm wrong. And then he said, "Oh, wait a minute. I think, this is John Byrne, I think at 100 words a minute. So 5 seconds have passed and I've got another 20 minutes. That the AdComs are liberal.
Indeed.
Take this at Stanford, okay? Stanford don't want to make hospitals get more bang for the buck. Stanford wants to increase, they don't want hospitals to get more bang for the buck by kicking out patients a day before they should. Stanford is interested in healthcare, that magic term, access. Okay?
Expanding access.
Right. This lady has to get in that mindset. She's got the skills. What she should be presenting herself as is someone who has seen the dark side of medical management and wants to help increase access. Now, that involves efficiency, but it also involves equity. Equity is an important word in her shtick. That's what when she says that, how does she describe her goals? You see, that's...
Well, to work for McKinsey, Bain, BCG, and to help develop new strategies around accountable care models. That's a positive thing.
No, it's not. Accountable care is a code word for screw the patients. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, and health insurance reimbursement.
For whom?
For new and growing healthcare companies.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, here's
this is a
good example, though. This is a good example of how an admissions consultant like Sandy can help shape a story, to make it far more likely that you're going to get into a really good business school.
An
because
admissions consultant
everything
like me
lines up here really well.
I could give you the right, she's a tight case.
Yeah.
Pre-med, working in the healthcare business, yada, yada, yada. She was swimming in the Kool-Aid for so long, she got out of the pool and decided to pour herself another glass. That's what happened. So a good consultant could get her with better values and also could make what she's saying just technically more clear.
Now, she also wants advice as to where to apply. She doesn't have any target schools, so what do you suggest? Okay,
assuming that she gets her act right, that she Sanfordizes herself, yes. Boy, I'm not sure Stanford or Harvard is going to swallow that 318, although they might, particularly if she got powerful recommendations. So she's a good reach at HBS. Stanford is just going to say, we don't admit people from the dark side like you. You made a mistake when you joined some HAC type company, and we'll never forgive that. That's the Stanford attitude. Stanford says, we'll find someone like you who figured out the right baloney earlier. That's their test.
Yeah, but you're giving her the right baloney.
Yeah, she should have got in touch with me when she joined this HCA type organization. Right.
So I think Kellogg is great for her.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Dartmouth is great for her. Yale could be very good for her as well.
Wow.
Right?
Get this. Tell us about that 740. How'd she do it?
Well, how'd she do it? You mean the splits?
Yeah.
So 48 quant, 44 verbal. And I might also add here, and this is kind of important.
That is rare, my friend.
Yes.
It's usually the other way.
Absolutely. We should also add 4-year varsity basketball player at Johns Hopkins, which is pretty demanding for a pre-med student.
And just
as well.
impressive. Yeah.
Extremely impressive. And you called this out before in our pre-conversation. She happens to be a licensed CrossFit coach.
Well, that's just something you go, yeah, I like that.
Well, stamina, that's strength.
Yeah, and she could start a club for her study group, right? Wharton might go for this if they figure out some way to. They could figure out. Now we're getting into inside U.S. News and World Report. Wharton could accept this woman and figure out some way where they don't report the low GPA on the theory that it's not fungible. They'll figure out something.
But 740 GMAT, female.
Oh yeah, Wharton.
The
might
whole
go for
story
this.
works together and
It's
works,
a tight. It's
works
a tight.
together
It's a
well.
tight story. You just have to shine a different light on it.
And she wants a job where most of the MBA jobs at the elite schools are McKinsey, Bain, BCG.
Oh, she'll walk into that
In the
place.
biggest industry in America today, healthcare, having had several promotions at a Fortune 100 company.
Let me ask you a sneaky question here.
Okay.
What's some thinking outside the box advice to her?
Well, I think the way you suggested that she shape her candidacy and
No, that's
re-express her goals.
That's improving inside the box.
Oh.
What's
outside
the box? Yes.
I have no idea. What would it be?
We don't
You
need
get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, well, I don't need no stinking MBA. She could get a job at McKinsey, Bain, and BCG right now.
That's probably true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it becomes and her dreams can come true, particularly if she hears this and said, yeah, you're probably right, Sandy, but I do want to screw the patient. I'm that kind of person.
No.
So then she doesn't need an MBA at all. She doesn't even need MBA cover, okay? She can go right to McKinsey.
Okay, odds at Kellogg, because I think this would be a great Kellogg candidate.
She's getting into Kellogg. with
30,
a
40, 40,
consistency.
50?
40, 50.
How about Tucker Yale? Almost the same, right?
This is Tucky, baby. This is Tucky.
Yeah. Basketball.
Oh,
she's
yeah,
into
please.
Sports.
Yeah. Female basketball player, high
Great school
GMAT.
for her.
And they got a hospital up there. She could
Yes.
practice on that. That's like a little baby hospital they got up there with sick people from New Hampshire who, can't afford it anyway, so it's play money. That's a good place to practice all this, how fast do we boot out Granny?
So 40%.
Yeah, 40, 50 at Tuck.
Yale?
Right.
Yale's a good place for her, too.
Yeah, Yale's a good place for her, sure.
40, 30, 40?
Yeah, 40, 50. HBS for a reach,
And what are the odds at HBS for her?
30, 25, 30.
Those are pretty good,
Well,
Put
it this way. If she didn't have this 3.18, the odds become really high.
Okay, but she has
Healthcare is a hot thing.
But she has it 740, and she's
At
got those
740.
promotions. She got the 3.8 in the Masters.
Wow.
And she's got it all set up.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Me too. You're getting in. You're getting into a great school. You're going to have a wonderful experience. Go for the MBA. It is a transformational experience. It's
That's
more
true.
than just a degree.
That's true. And by the time she tightens up healthcare, I'll be dead. So who cares?
She's not going to tighten the screws on you, okay?
Leave
Don't
me
worry.
leave my Medicare alone, please.
All right, this is John Byrne with Poets and Quants with Sandy Kreisberg, the HBS Guru. Good luck on the HBA highway. HBS? No. Good luck on the MBA highway.
Yes. Good luck on the HBS highway, too.